Today we're taking a look at a new and interesting twist on the Battle Royale mode for a game called Fortnite. This is a sponsored video and we'll be checking out the new mode with some early gameplay impressions. Now you may have heard of Fortnite already. It's developed by Epic Games and People Can Fly, and it's in early access at the moment on PS4, Xbox and PC, which you have to pay to get right now, but when the full game is released in 2018 it will be free to play. The original game mode of Fortnite is a co-op sandbox survival game where you build, craft and then fight waves of enemies, but as of a few days ago they added a public test version of their new game mode called Battle Royale. It's available to some players at the moment, but will be made available for all players on the 26th of September. Obviously, this particular game mode is going to be very popular at the moment. And before we get into the nitty-gritty, it's worth pointing out that I think that this is actually the first proper Battle Royale experience that console players can try right now. So the game starts, you jump into a lobby, 100 players, and take a trip in a floating bus across the map before deciding where to jump out and gliding down to the ground. It's a big map with plenty of areas to see. Whoever is left alive at the end of the match will be crowned the winner, and like other BR games you'll have to keep an eye on where the circle of death is going. If you're in the blue zone it will chip away at your health, and it's only solo play at the moment, but squad play will be coming soon. Now when you hit the ground you can go about scavenging for loot, ammo and weapons, pretty straightforward. However, the big twist with Fortnite Battle Royale is that you can build stuff and also destroy stuff. Every player has a pickaxe and you can use that to destroy structures in the game world. We're not just talking about wooden shacks here either. You can knock down concrete walls, roofs, tiles, you can make new entry points into buildings. And while you're doing this you'll be gaining resources such as wood, stone and metal, and with these resources you can build stairs, walls, floors and roofs, and you can put them together in whatever fashion that you please. And then you can also edit the shapes of them to create windows and doors. That's how the building in the game works on a basic level, but it's up to you how to use this, and it can really spice up the Battle Royale game mode. Say for example you wanted to create a sniper perch or a sniper tower. You can do that quite easily anywhere you like, and then set up a little head glitch spot to peek over and take shots. Or perhaps you guess where the centre of the circle will be. You could build a metal fortress there if you like and use it as a defensive position. If you find yourself in the middle of a field being shot at and there's no cover around, well, just build yourself a wall for a bit of cover. It adds a really interesting twist to the tactics and strategy involved in a game mode like this. Of course, other people can destroy the stuff that you build though. They can do it themselves if they hit it with their own pickaxe, or they can just shoot it down with enough firepower. There's even rocket launchers and grenades in the game, which will make light work of player constructed buildings. If a player is camping behind a tree, that happens a lot in Battle Royale games, third personing you with the camera, well, just destroy the tree. Traps also come into play here. If you're in luck, you'll find a trap in the game world as an item, and then you can set traps up on floors, walls, even ceilings apparently. But I feel like they're a bit too obvious at the moment, and most players will have an easy time spotting and avoiding them. They need to be a bit more inconspicuous if they're going to have any real impact on the game. In terms of weapons available currently in the public test, you'll find them scattered around the map or in loot chests that tend to be well hidden. We've got pistols, revolvers, SMGs, assault rifles, shotguns, snipers and explosives, such as the RPG or grenades. And weapons have tiers of quality, and they're colour coded in such a way like this: grey, green, blue, purple and orange. The better the grade of weapon that you find, the better stats that it's going to have, especially in terms of reduced spread. So there's a big RNG element there, and I think that the dev team are going to have to look at improving that. The gunplay itself is very basic at the moment, and I think that should also be a focus point for the developers to improve. There's a ton of spread on most of the weapons, bullet drop and slow bullet velocity, and this works quite well in close combat if you've got a shotgun or an SMG for example, but when players are trying to fire an assault rifle at any range, it becomes way too random in my opinion. And with it being a Battle Royale style game mode, you'll find yourself in long range firefights quite a lot. And you want decent gunplay in place so players can feel confident in their skill and abilities. When I play the game at the moment, unless I've got a sniper rifle, I find myself not wanting to shoot long range targets at all, and I'll try and move in much closer before I engage. Adding scopes you can find in the game world to the assault rifles, which you can aim with down the sight, I think would make a big improvement in that respect. The only weapon that you get a scope on at the moment is the sniper rifle. So I think there's lots of improvements that can be made to the gunplay there. Also, I'd love to see some of the more powerful melee weapons in PvP that they've got in PvE, such as the katana swords and battle axes. There's an armor element in the game too. It's actually a potion that you drink to give yourself a shield. That's the blue bar at the top over the green bar for your health. And of course we've got bandages and medkits in here too for regenerating health if you manage to just scrape out of a nasty gunfight. So overall, I think I've spent about 3 hours on this game mode and I've had a lot of fun with it. It's a very early build of the mode and it needs lots of improvements, but I think at its core there's definitely some potential here. Also, the fact that the console users can actually play a standalone Battle Royale game if they want to is huge, and I reckon that loads of people are going to try it simply because it's the first. The building element is very interesting and I'm wondering how that's going to affect squad games. For example, with enough building resources, a squad of 4 could legitimately create some kind of epic defensive fortress, and that leads to some very exciting combat and endgame scenarios. The speed at which you can build means that you can really throw a few buildings up in a short amount of time. And that's all for today, folks. A big thanks to Epic once again for sponsoring this video. If you want to find out more about Fortnite, there's a JackFrags link in the description below that you can click on, which will take you to their website. They'd also like me to let you know that at the moment the standard and deluxe editions of the early access game are on sale with 25% off. So let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down. Subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.